Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be doing a mid to late game analysis of Fishman's Disruptor. If you don't know who Fishman is, he's definitely a controversial figure apparently in the Dota scene. I know Gork doesn't like him, and apparently other people don't as well, but either way, he's a very talented Dota 2 player, and so I want to get into some of his gameplay and teach you guys a little bit about the support role. I specifically want to talk about map movements, warding, and team fighting, so let's get into it. Also, I want to tell you guys that if you've been struggling with solo queue and you're looking to get to the next rank, I'm going to be able to help you. Like, literally with the gameleap website, I'm going to give you guys guides that are going to make it unbelievably clear on what you need to do. So if you've been stuck in the solo queue grind, you don't know what to do, and you want to become absolutely broken, but like actually you want to become much better at Dota, and you want to take it more seriously, the gameleap website is going to help you do that. So click the link down below. I'm going to help you get to the next rank, and I'll see you there. So the first major play we're going to look at here is 22 minutes in. He's invading the enemy jungle and is walking up the hill. I think what I like about his gameplay here is his confidence. A lot of the time, position 5 players don't have much of a good read on the map, and so it prevents them from ever setting up good plays. I noticed that if I'm ever coaching anyone below 3k MMR, even sometimes far above that, it's very uncommon to see the position 5 set up aggressive plays. Now, Disruptor's particularly good at that because of Glimpse, as we see him kill the Clockwork, but the reason why he makes this play is the enemy team just took a fight top, and he saw glimpses of Naga Siren top as well. So he can kind of just assume the Clockwork is alone, right? And a lot of players would just be like, nah, maybe he's not alone, it's too much of a risk, but he communicates to his team, says, hey, come kill this guy, and they get the kill. He's going to scout the nearby hills with his E. One of the nice things about Disruptor is you can scout hills with your kinetic field very easily, allowing you to get, vision of those high grounds. Also, I really like his item build this game. I'm not going to say I fully understand Tranquil Boots. I honestly see so little Tranquil Boots nowadays, but yeah, I love the Force Staff. It's really good against the enemy team, specifically because they lack any hard stun. So you're always going to get value out of this Force Staff. It's very hard for Team Spirit to chain stun, let's say, the Terrorblade to death, and so the Force Staff is almost going to guarantee Sunner this game because of the lack of disables. It's also going to keep him safe against the two ways that they can kill him, which are Hookshot or Nature's Prophet TP with Sprout and Gleipnir. So it's kind of just the perfect item for this game, and it makes a lot of sense. Another cool play that Fishman makes here at the 26-minute mark is you can apparently one-shot illusions with Glimpse. I actually didn't know this, but it's definitely good tech against Naga Siren. Unfortunately, he can't even come close to killing the other illusion, but it's really good in situations and team fights where an illusion is killing a teammate, and there's no use for Glimpse when the enemy team is initiating, and so on. So yeah, pretty cool play. Another thing he did is he picked up a gem, which his Batrider currently has, and the Batrider is dewarding all the hills. I think a lot of teams and players just in general never think about gem. If your team is snowballing and the enemy team is just dodging you around the map, right? The enemy team is playing a very heavy split push game. Picking up a gem and dewarding everything so that they can't read your movements is really valuable, right? Especially when they're completely avoiding you. So I love the fact that he picks up a gem this game. I think it makes a lot of sense. From there, he gets down a really nice deep ward. I think this game, the name of the game for them is finding pickoffs in the side lane. The enemy team has a split push rat draft, right? It's global silence, so they can always TP, Naga Siren ult, they can always TP, and then split pushing from Naga, Furion, and even a little bit of Leshrac, right? So it's just kind of one of those matches where you need to pick the enemy team off, and you kind of have to almost expect them to split push. So you can see the Terrorblade, he's pushing out bottom, but this deep bottom ward, assuming it doesn't get dewarded, which I will admit, a sentry here will get it dewarded, but assuming they put the sentry on the hill, it will not hit this ward, and that will allow it to stay alive, right? Assuming the enemy team goes for a quick deward, and immediately the enemy team heads over to it. If they were fast, or if they wanted to make a play, they actually could immediately go for a smoke play, right, on this ward. They know that Team Spirit is heading over to bottom, and they're actually almost setting up now, right? So this deep ward, these little sneaky wards, when the enemy team is split pushing a lot, and it's nighttime, are really good. Unfortunately, they don't get the catch. I think Team Spirit got the read that maybe Entity had vision of them, and we're setting up because Entity stopped pushing at the top wave, so he's going to sit behind his Batrider. From there, he gets another ward, and let's see where he places this one down. I would imagine maybe a mid ward if they want to hunt for kills, or he can go for a top lane ward. That could work as well. And you can see at this point in the game, he's kind of looking for an opportunity to catch someone on the spot ward. I think Entity is a little bit afraid to push up right now. It's very easy for the enemy team to counter initiate. They have very mobile heroes, and so if you're going to make a play, if you're going to look for a pickoff, you kind of have to be confident. Another thing Entity is like very clearly intentionally doing here is they're just playing their ward. Both teams know that Roshan's up, and neither team wants to make a fatal blunder here. They don't want to get picked off right before Rosh. Because at this highest level of Dota, that's kind of what it comes down to a lot of the time. Which team gets the Rosh pick off? And if you get picked off, well, you potentially just lose the game off of that, right? It can become very hard to play when the enemy team has like a Naga with Aegis who's just like running up hills, you know what I mean? They're just like YOLOing around. So when that happens, it gets very hard to play. As he queues up a Drums, is he really gonna buy that? I mean, it's a good item, don't get me wrong, but it just seems late. All right, so he's gonna get flared up, and they really are camping the high ground. He's looking for a glimpse on a clock. He's hunting for it. Will he catch him here? No, okay. He's really looking for the glimpse there. As you can see, they just want to play their ward. They're afraid to make any move. They know Roshan's up. As they actually get the lasso on the clockwork. Kind of a risky jump. They get the silence, and they're going to counter-initiate with the song to get the clockwork out. He does have glimpse, so this is a pretty obvious glimpse. Oh, they glimpsed the Naga. Right, that makes sense. Okay, she has no BKB. Caught in the Disruptor ulti. Really great glimpse in Disruptor ulti here. The problem is it almost seems like they just don't have enough damage for the Naga. So I would say overall, good decision-making, as the Naga is dropping low, as he's trying to kill off this clockwork, but at this point he's just gotta look to Force Staff his Terrorblade if he needs it. As the enemy team, both teams lacking damage. Neither team killed anyone. Oh, as they find the Naga though in the tree line, and so the glimpse really paying off. The E is gonna trap her up. He's looking for, wow, look at that heads. You see how heads up he is? He's like, okay, I know Naga is dead. She cannot TP. I'm gonna look for more. He can ward the hill. Oh, gets the glimpse. What a beast. Yeah, you can see just such a heads up player. Looking for the next kill, and that's going to set up for a Lesh kill, and that guarantees the Roshan, yeah, getting tipped. I mean, that's just like really high level Dota. You know what I mean? Understanding that the Naga Siren's dead, understanding the enemy team is going to run, they're not going to camp the hill. You also have a hill ward, so you know it's probably pretty safe. As he's even going to run up this hill, just chatting up. I can't believe the Silencer's doing this. Oh, the glimpse grief the lasso. Oh no. Are they going to kill this guy? Oh, they ulti him. Holy, all right, they're just griefing each other. Glimpse breaks lasso, and then you can apparently flame break people out of kinetic field. As a triple buyback. Okay, maybe an overextension. Oh, okay, they got the Aegis. I was gonna say maybe an overextension, but now it's just a disaster. Collapse is probably gonna die. Yeah, very nice. Another 10k ahead. They were so afraid to give away that Aegis. And you can see how these pro teams think, right? You do not want to give away that Roche. And frankly, Mira, I don't want to say he threw the game, but at the end of the day, you gotta be careful, right? One little misstep from the clockwork forces Naga Siren to save him if she wants to save him. Frankly, she shouldn't have saved him, let's be real. Hindsight's 2020, but she should not have saved him. And it ends up being a complete disaster. It gets the Naga glimpsed, she dies, and yeah, the fight ends up going super the way of Entity. Great glimpses. Also, once again, his awareness to run up the hill, just super Chad, but it makes sense, right? Because he had the numbers advantage. That allows him to find the Silencer and the clock kill, then the NPS no backup when he TP's in, and it's a great engagement. As they find Silencer, that's an easy glimpse. Once he commits to Force Staff, you know he's kind of stuck. Oh, the clock tries to save him, nearly gets a 2-mad kinetic field. Good try on that. Is that a Static Storm AoE talent? It looks like it. Why is it so big? 2-second Static Storm duration. This hero has some pretty interesting talents. Cooldown on kinetic field actually goes crazy. The cooldown is so low, 7 seconds? This ability is kind of nuts. It doesn't pierce BKB, but it's kind of nuts. Alright, at this point he's hitting the high ground, which I think is a little bit suspect. I feel like you just don't need to hit it. Stay in position, have some patience. Maybe look for a glimpse. It's pretty hard to glimpse high ground, no one's really running away. So he's going to put down the nighttime ward. This is a great ward when you're going high ground. They have some high ground problems. But this is a great word to place down right here. Anytime it's nighttime and you're going high ground, you place it after you take the tower, and it just makes it very clear what the enemy team's trying to do. As the Stormer on his Batrider is going to try to deal with the push, but he cannot. So, oh, they're going to go for 2 sides. Wow, pretty risky considering. Oh no, the meta is really up for a while. Okay, he just popped it now. As he's going to use the remainder to TB back, and they can try to set up now. Goes for the song. No lasso, but he can stick on top of him. He should TP. Yeah, how did he know he didn't have lasso? That was really close. If he had flaming lasso cooldown, he actually might have killed him there. One thing to note as well is he's kept the Philosopher's Stone for the entire game. Now, this is not some revolutionary stuff. I think most support players do this, but it is something to keep in mind. This item really does add up over time. You know, it really, really does. In these 42-minute games, if you get this item at minute 17, it's going to give you, what, about 2k gold, which is just frankly a ton on supports. You know, that's a full item. It's really game-changing stuff, actually. Right? It's 80 GPM, yeah. So it's just a lot, right? It really adds up over time if you hold the item for long enough. It does pay off. However, if you do get items like the cast range item, those are pretty hard to pass up, right? Because these cast range items are pretty game-changing. Like the Psychic Headband, even the ability to push someone away, let's say the Leshrac, if he goes on the Disruptor with no BKB, is extremely valuable, so you do have to keep that in mind. But in a game like this, being able to complete something like the Lotus, which is so damn good this game against Global, and against the Naga Siren Bloodthorn and Naga Siren Net, is really great. Even the Gleipnir from the Nature's Prophet. At this point, he's holding his wards because specifically he wants to get up a ward that's going to enable them to take Roshan. And as I said, this is kind of the name of the game at this level. They once again have a gem, and they're really fanatic clearly about this gem when they think it's coming down to like the Roche fight. You know what I mean? They want to secure map control before that Roche fight. It seems like they put some sort of priority on this because they're gonna, oh, he goes for the silencer kill, could die. Pops the Lotus, gonna try to save the bat, but no bat dies. Kind of a disaster. He's gonna have to force staff out. Staffs himself. All right, they're able to disengage. They could song and chase as the DP gets netted. Looks like she's fine. So yeah, definitely a bit of a mistake from Stormstormer, and instantly he's gonna buy back. So clearly the priority from, is he gonna buy out his axe? No, probably not. At this point, you just hold your items. Oh, they're gonna snipe the Roche. Katomi's gonna blink in and try to steal it, but he's not gonna get it. He wasn't on top. All the BKBs are gonna wear out though. You're gonna have a big static storm maybe. Kind of, okay. He has to kite out. At this point, you can't really do anything. You know, you sort of just have to wait. He can auto-attack Clockwork, which actually is kind of legit. You Q him to finish him off. We'll probably Kinetic Field, maybe try to finish off the clock. Yeah, he was going to Glimpse to get the damage off. At this point, I don't know what you can really do. They're going to try... Okay, Great Lotus to Purge the Bloodthorn. That's going to highly reduce Naga's damage. Kinetic Field to try to get her out. And Kinetic Field is really great against Naga. Because these illusions, you know, she has no mobility ability. These illusions really do get stuck. So continuing to just spam these kinetic fields, unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. Oh my gosh, what a fight from Team Spirit. Stormstormer kind of making a bit of a throw there, jumping in against the Hex, just getting caught off guard. And they're going to have to mass buyback. This is no BKBs though, as he's able to pop the Lincolns. Oh no, but that was with Glimpse. So they're going to have to be a little bit careful as they'll find the silencer. Can NP get out? He does not have BKB. They mass buyback knowing the enemy team does not have a lot of BKBs. The Stormstormer gets got him, but he gets his BKB off. And now he just has to kite out a bit. Actually getting, what did he die to? Is that just like NP ult? Oh no, it's some, oh okay, it was just like less damage. yeah, okay, he should have kited out a bit. This is, he doesn't need to kinetic field here. He definitely should wait a second for a 2-man static storm kinetic field. This is actually, you know, it's tough in these team fights. Things get really hectic and it's hard to tell what's going on. But I always recommend to my coaching students, like, you just want to do your best to kite out and wait for your major cooldowns. So for a lot of heroes, that's actually not your ultimate, or often your ultimate's on cooldown, but you want to wait for like your spells to come off in synergy. For instance, if you're playing, I know this is not a support example, but Primal Beast, if you go in with your Onslaught Trample and you use your Pulverize, Onslaught, and Trample, they're all about a 20-second cooldown, and you should have a bit of patience before going back in if you don't have an axe, right? There's no reason to go in. You're going to do practically nothing. And so that's something really to keep in mind. In this case, he just needs to pay a bit more attention to his cooldowns. I don't know what this Kinetic Field is even trying to do, to be honest, so he probably should have waited for the Static Storm, because if he waited a second, cut it out a bit, didn't take that damage, he actually gets off Static Storm here, and frankly, the Naga dies and probably doesn't get out here, and that actually would have changed the game. Yeah, so like that's why when people are like, oh, I can't carry a support, it's hard, you know, it's definitely hard. But plays like that would have really made a big difference. I mean, this Naga would have died, that could have been the end of the game, right? Straight up. They would have ran down mid potentially. I mean, they're running down mid anyway. But yeah, just keep in mind how much your positioning really does matter, even on a support, as they're gonna run it down onto the high ground. He buys Boots of Travel. Not getting the Axis game, which is, it's not too surprising. This is like a fantastic Lotus game, so it's hard to justify not buying Lotus. As the Naga's got the cheese, he picks up a smoke. I like that. I like that. The late game smoke. Okay, it instantly breaks. Never mind. I don't like that as much. I like this ward a lot though. He understands the game is ending. It's nighttime. Place the ward. A lot of people wouldn't place this ward, and it's actually super game losing, because why would you not? It's nighttime. Good 4 staff. Has to kind of cut out a bit. Just needs to wait the BKBs. Okay. I mean, he catches the Lesh in that. And it is actually going to set up. Okay, so that Kinetic Field Static Storm did set up for the Bat Rider to reinitiate onto the Lesh. They're going to burst him down. This Naga's caught. That's GG. So good buybacks from the side of Entity. They knew that the side of Team Spirit bought back and used all their BKBs, decided to go high ground anyway, which was probably just a huge mistake from the side of Team Spirit. And Entity punishes. So great performance from Fishman. I just wanted to do a quick analysis for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.